Hello and welcome to the Indian Express Online. Today I have with me my colleague Udit, and we're here to discuss the odd-even formula, which today is coming to an end. So Udit, there have been some reports and speculation as to whether the odd-even policy has been successful. Has there been any impact on pollution levels in Delhi?
Yes, so essentially the impact on pollution is something that has seen very varied reports.
Yeah.
Almost every day, different media organizations also have done that, and a lot of government agencies have also done that. What we've essentially found is that there is a huge variation on what has been the impact specifically on pollution. So it's very difficult all of a sudden to, at the end of the 15-day period to really get down and say that it has necessarily reduced pollution to the extent that it was sort of expected to.
Sure.
But you could definitely say that at the very least it has not contributed to more pollution,
Okay.
first of all. And the other thing is that congestion definitely came down.
Congestion.
So there is also this related thing that a lot of people criticized the policy in the beginning, saying that these cars, or the cars which have actually been asked to get off the road, in any case did not pollute too much. So if that was the case, then the pollution level also would not come down to that extent. So it's sort of a mixed picture, and I think in the days to come we'll have a much clearer understanding based on the analysis of the data on exactly what exactly happened and how much was the weather involved with it, and those conditions. So perhaps it's best to wait for that.
Okay. So when the formula was being launched, there were some questions raised as to whether the people of Delhi could adapt to this. Given what we've seen in the past 15 days, do you think the experiment has been successful? And have we seen a cultural change in the people of Delhi?
Yes, so I think that was the more substantial bit of the change.
Yeah.
And that is something on which there is much greater unanimity as far as the change, whether a change has happened or not. It was not expected. Even those who believed in the policy did not really believe that the people would actually support it to the extent that they have supported. It's not as if everybody has supported it, but the level of cooperation and following the rules in that sense has surprised a lot of people. And that amount of buy-in, which has also got recognition from the courts, they themselves sort of following the rules, is a salutary effect. You would not have thought that to happen in a place like Delhi. It's very cutthroat. There are a lot of cars. There is a reason why there are a lot of cars. More cars perhaps than all the metros put together. So you would not have thought that such a thing would happen so easily without much preparation, because you have to understand that this happened very quickly. So that is a remarkable bit.
Okay. So what do you think are some of the key takeaways from this policy for the future?
Yeah, so broadly there are two sets of takeaways. One is purely as an instrumental bit. This policy has shown that if there was a period of very heavy pollution levels, the Delhi government can perhaps enforce a 15-day odd-even policy and perhaps bring down pollution to whatever extent. I mean, at least there is some amount of some kind of a policy recourse there, and that people would perhaps would cooperate. But at a larger level, I think, and that is the real takeaway from this, is the fact that the ability to convince people that this is a problem which is not just about what the government can do, and it's more about what the people can do, and whether they believe that pollution is a significant problem and it can be brought down by their own approach towards their daily commute. That's the significant takeaway. It also quite substantially is a call for better public transport. One of the reasons why Delhi has so many personal cars, or for that matter, most cities have so many personal cars, is because of the very poor state of public transport. And the idea was that if we were to push the more the elite class to public transport, then they will ask for better facilities, and that would create an atmosphere for policy to sort of look at public transportation in a more constructive manner. So that is the real takeaway, in my opinion. That's the more long-term takeaway.
Okay, thank you for being with us today, and thanks for watching the Indian Express Online.